Hey Vapors, it's Sam, and welcome to the third episode of Vaping Down Under, and the second in my tutorial series on how to blow O's. In the last episode of A Lesson in Blowing O's, the cough method, I showed you most of the main techniques of how to blow O's. In the second part, we'll be getting into some of the more detailed stuff that you'll be using later on for other types of tricks. In this part of the series, we'll be going over what's called the tongue method. And it's called that, well, I call it that for a pretty basic reason. You're using your tongue to push the O's out instead of a cough or a diaphragm squeeze, which I'm going to get into later because it's been something I've been looking into. The mouth shape is pretty much the same as any other O's. It's better to do it with smaller mouth, like rather than large O shape, because when you're pushing it out with your tongue, you don't have as much force as you would with regular O's. Now, the reason you want to do tongue O's is not necessarily as an alternate technique instead of, say, the cough method, but as a secondary technique to help complement other tricks. Some examples of said tricks are ghost O's and the forced lasso. The reason you use it for those tricks is because it's a slower type of O. It doesn't generally have as much power as your regular, say, cough method O's. And it's better, say, with your ghost O's to catch up to it quickly, so it's like a quick movement. And the same with your forced lassos. When you push the secondary O through the first O, you want it to catch up quick enough relative to the speed of the first O it's going through. And using the tongue method is the best way to do that, especially early on, when your O's may not be as fast or as strong as you want them to be, and you may not have all the airspace that you want. Now that said, the tongue method is all about, obviously, your tongue. So we've gone over the mouth, we've gone over everything else in the previous videos. This one, think about when your tongue is in your mouth, say this is your tongue, you know what I mean? What you want to do is pull it up so that the middle part of your tongue is sticking up and the top part of your tongue, I don't know if you can see that. The top part of your tongue is basically touching the webbing underneath your tongue, in an arch. So it's like this, curled up, I don't know, like a spring. Quick re-drip, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm actually blowing the tongue O's. For anyone of you guys who are wondering, I'm currently using Mad Baker by a local company called Vape Industries. It's a Max VG. It's very tasty. Now, as you can see, with these O's, they're much harder to produce, I find, than the cough method O's, and they're definitely not nearly as strong or as fast as you're going to get them with the cough method. That said, obviously, they do have their uses, like I was saying before, for ghost O's and forced lassos. So, essentially, the main part of what you want to do, as I was saying before, this is your tongue, it's all popped up, and you pop it out. You pop this part of your tongue forward. It's hard to do that with a hand because these are my knuckles, you know what I mean? But imagine this part can push forward like the middle of a spring. That's not even the best analogy. Maybe even like a snake, the way it curls up and pushes forward. This part of your tongue is still going to stay pretty much attached to the webbing underneath. So to recap, it's all about just pushing those O's out with your tongue. The top part of your tongue, obviously, like I said, is going to be behind your teeth, attached to the webby part underneath your tongue, not really moving anywhere, and you're pushing those O's out with the middle of your tongue kind of spasming forward, I suppose. And that's all there is to it. So I hope that did help. If you liked this video, please leave a comment on it, like it, share it on social media, or subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, Sam, at Vaping Down Under. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you later.